Yo, what up guys, MxgicIQ here, and today we're back on JDM Japanese Drift Master. Man, this game just got recently updated, and they fixed some physics stuff, changed some things. I still think this game's got a long way to go. I think it's a long way from a full release game in my personal opinion, but if you guys still want drift builds on this game, let's try and get this video a decent amount of likes, and I'll be sure to give you guys some more of these, man. Without further ado, let's check out the gameplay. Alrighty, you guys, back in the garage here for another drift tune setup on the RX7 this time. I don't know how many more drift builds I'm gonna do, honestly. I think you guys who use the S14 and stuff like that have just been using the other S chassis tunes and finding your perfect balance, but let me know, because this car specifically actually took a while to tune because I could not get it to not be as snappy. It really wanted to just constantly adjust, and in order to get it to be smooth, I had to do some drastic tuning differences between all of my other setups compared to this one. So what I would recommend is, if you guys are still learning how to drift, maybe wait out on this car because it is very snappy, but it is pretty fun once you dial it in. So got a nice little kit, mix and matching parts on this thing. I wish you could do this with all cars, but this will probably be my last build for a little while, just because I think this game still needs a decent amount of work to get to where I want it to be, honestly, and I can't wait to experience it once they complete it. But standalone computer here, obviously completely maxed out on power. Again, the reason I maxed it out this time, even with the single large turbocharger, and I even put the boost to max, you guys will see in a second. Obviously everything maxed out here, so everything's fully adjustable. The reason I did that is to try and get as much wheel speed as possible, because this car just simply was too snappy under lower power. And I even put the slider eco drifts on, which I never do, and it's still one of my faster drift cars. So if you guys want to, again, I would recommend probably maybe the fastest tire you put on this being the stock tire, but slider eco drift, because like I said, this thing just simply runs through tire, and it's just very grippy if you have not enough power in it. So yeah, and it's still fast as heck as it is. Alrighty, hopping into the tune setup here, I actually lowered the RPM as well, just to be able to get max turbo air pressure at a lower RPM and just keep it basically almost at red line most of the time. But you actually want to blip the throttle a lot with this thing. You guys see how I drive it, so I absolutely like this thing. Probably a little bit less than my S15, but it's probably my third or second favorite car, just because I enjoy skill gaps, and once you learn to master this car, it is a ton of fun. I use it on toge routes predominantly because it's still rather grippy, but once you do master it and learn, you know, to e-brake more than you usually would in this car, then it is pretty fun around courses like East Course, which I showed you guys in the gameplay. I'm trying to show you guys different sections of the map for each of these drift builds. 0.5 negative camber in the front, and a little bit of a switch up here. We're actually running more camber in the rear, which I would never do in any other game except for this one, because this car just feels weird if you run it any other way. But we got negative 1.0 on here as well for the rear, negative 0.2 front toe, and negative 0.1 rear toe, and then we have max steering angle, obviously. For the suspension setup, 0.30 in the front and 0.31 in the rear for spring stiffness, and we also have 0.25 in the front for ride height and 0.24 in the rear for ride height. Now for the wheels, we're running max tire pressure on both. Again, we just need to get this car's wheels spinning as much as possible, and that's the only way I was able to do it, man. Essentially, is with this very, I guess you could say, extreme setup to get the car to feel as smooth as possible. 65% brake balance towards the front, because you will be left foot braking a lot with this thing as well. And I have the max brake pressure on, actually, believe it or not, just because the tires, they do slide around a lot, so you can afford to run the max brake pressure because the tires are just so obviously slippery. So, and the differential running a welded diff as always. And I hope you guys enjoyed another drift setup, man. This thing is very, very nice. I do like it. Again, it's a skill gap car, but it's a ton of fun. So if you guys enjoyed this drift build, man, let me know down below in the comments. And man, if you guys get this video to something crazy like 50 or 70 likes, I'll keep doing these. But I mean, I really think they got a lot to work on with this game still. I'd love to see a multiplayer. I'd love to see, you know, more patches continue to come out. They did just adjust some stuff in the most recent update, but I think the game's still got a lot of work to do, man. And we got RX Street coming out on console this month, so we're going to be swamped with that. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.